Are you up for the challenge? How bad do you want it?
It's the exclusive training and nutrition program created and developed by the Ultimate Fighting Championship. UFC Fit can get you head to toe shredded in just 12 weeks. No matter who you are, no matter what shape you're in, you've never done anything like UFC Fit. Order now at UFCFit.com and unleash the champion within.
Saturday, UFC 168 prelims on Fox Sports 1. Wow! The biggest card of the year gets started as legendary brawler Chris Lieben faces off against the devastating Uriah Hall.
The Scott fight of the night written all over it.
Then Gleison Tebow takes on ferocious striker Michael Johnson.
What a spectacular fight!
And right after Weidman Silva 2, come back to Fox Sports 1 for wall-to-wall live post-fight coverage. UFC 168 prelims and post-fight coverage. Saturday at 8 on Fox Sports 1.
He's saying, stand up with me. I just never seen anybody clown somebody like this before.
Oh, he got hit! You can't play games in the octagon.
It pisses me off when someone tries to do that to me. No one's invincible.
He wants to get that belt back.
I would love to do a rematch.
Chris Weidman!
It's do or die.
Anderson Silva! The rematch will happen!
She's gonna pay for every smile she smirks.
Ronda Rousey's fairly delusional.
Me and Misha were meant to be rivals. Revenge is a dish best served cold. I'm gonna break this girl.
I can win this rematch, and I'm gonna prove it.
I don't feel the least bit sorry for breaking her arm in half. Girl had it coming.
UFC fans, we welcome you to the MGM Grand Garden Arena and the official weigh-ins for UFC 168, Weidman versus Silva 2. Tomorrow night, only on pay-per-view, UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman will look to do it again as he defends his title in a rematch with the greatest champion in UFC history, Anderson the Spider Silva. Plus, bitter rivals will settle the score as women's bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey battles former Strikeforce champion Miesha Tate. We'd like to send out a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members and thank our UFC sponsors. Bud Light, here we go. Harley Davidson, introducing Project Rushmore, built by all of us, for all of us. See the new motorcycles at HarleyDavidson.com. Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram. Metro PCS, where nationwide 4G LTE is $40 period. By Banshee, premieres February 10th at 10, 9 Central on Cinemax. By Universal Pictures' new film, Lone Survivor, starring Mark Wahlberg, in theaters January 10th. By Science Energy, a great-tasting, sugar-free performance energy drink that gives you the power to win. The official energy drink of the UFC. UltimatePoker.com. Visit to win your ultimate UFC experience. And by Tap Out, official lifestyle apparel of the UFC. Available at tapout.com. And now, to get the official weigh-ins for UFC 168 underway, here is Joe Rogan.
What's happening in Vegas? Welcome to the weigh-ins. We're as nervous as you are. Ariane, Brittany, and Vanessa. Dana White, without him, none of this would be possible. Lorenzo Fertitta, without him, this would not be possible. Joe Silva, best matchmaker on the planet Earth. Bruce Buffer, the voice of the Octagon. And Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars. We got a crazy card for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it cracking. We start things in the featherweight division. Robbie Peralta and Esteban Payan.
145.
145. And his opponent, Robbie Peralta.
$145 and a half.
145 and a half for Mr. Peralta. First fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Peralta and Esteban Payan. Next, we move to the welterweight division. William Padalino versus Bobby Volker. For Mr. Volker. And his opponent, William Patalino. Bobby Volker and William Patalino, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we start with the UFC 168 prelims on Fox Sports 1. We kick things off in the welterweight division. John Doomsday Howard versus C.R. Bahadurzada. kicking things off on Fox Sports 1. Next, we move to the featherweight division. Dennis SIVER versus Manvel, the Anvil, Gambarian.
$146.
146 for Manny. And his opponent, Dennis SIVER. If you're on Twitter, jump on and join the conversation at hashtag UFC 168.
$145.
145 for Mr. SIVER. Outstanding featherweight action, ladies and gentlemen. Manvel, Gambarian, and Dennis SIVER. Next, we move to the lightweight division. Gleison Tebow versus Michael Johnson. First up on the scale, Michael Johnson.
57.
157. He's one over. Back up, ladies. And his opponent, Gleison Tebow. $156 for Mr. Tebow. Michael Johnson and Gleison Tebow, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we move to the middleweight division. Chris the Crippler Lieben versus Uriah Hall.
185.
185 from Mr. Hall. And his opponent from season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, the Crippler, Chris Leben.
Five and a half.
185 and a half for the Crippler. The main event on Fox Sports 1, ladies and gentlemen, a battle of generations of Ultimate Fighters. Uriah Hall and Chris Leben. Next, we move to the main card, live on pay-per-view. We kick things off in the featherweight division. Dustin, the Diamond Poirier versus Diego Brandao. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is sold out, but you can get closed circuit tickets at the MGM Grand box office.
$146.
146 for Mr. Poirier. Oh! Diego Brandao and Dustin Poirier, ladies and gentlemen. Heated words. Next, we move to the lightweight division. Jim Miller versus Fabricio Camões. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on Twitter, jump in and join in the conversation at hashtag UFC 168.
$56.
156. And his opponent, Jim Miller.
156.
156 for Mr. Miller. Fabrizio Camoys and Jim Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we move to the heavyweight division. Josh Barnett versus Travis Brown.
More. 242.
242 from Mr. Brown. And his opponent, the youngest ever UFC heavyweight champion, Josh Barnett.
$252.
252 from Mr. Barnett. Outstanding heavyweight matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Brown and Josh Barnett. Next up, the co-main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World. Miesha Tate versus Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Introducing the challenger, Miesha Tate. From Miesha Tate. And her opponent, the reigning, defending, undisputed women's bantamweight champion of the world, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. closer look at the two men involved in the main event of the evening.
UFC Middleweight Championship is on the line.
Anderson looks like he's having fun in there. And that's got to mess with your head, man.
Yeah. Anderson just feels no fear.
I just never seen anybody clown somebody like this before. He's toying with them.
Oh, he got hit! Chris Weidman is the UFC Middleweight Champion!
My goodness. You can't play games in the octagon. The first fight between Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman was one of the most shocking finishes in the history of the UFC. The question remains, if Anderson Silva had not played around like that, how would that fight take place?
There are a lot of people that doubt me, and think that the last fight was a fluke. I have to solidify my first victory and solidify myself as a champion by winning again.
Eu precisava desse tempo para colocar minha mente no lugar, colocar os meus... É uma renovação. É um novo Anderson que tá chegando e...
The greatest pound-for-pound fighter that I've ever seen.
O que tá em jogo é eu voltar. É isso que eu vou buscar. Para que concretize o meu legado e concretize a minha história dentro das artes marciais.
I don't care what he throws at me. I'm going there to win. There's no more of that aura of Anderson Silva and what he brings to the cage. That's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing the challenger, the greatest mixed martial artist in the history of the sport, Anderson the Spider Silva. Former champion Anderson Silva, ladies and gentlemen. Anderson, this is obviously a huge fight for your legacy, for your career, your attempt to win back your title. Give us your thoughts on tomorrow night.
Uma grande luta pro seu legado. Fala o que você tá achando, é uma grande luta. O que você tá pensando de amanhã à noite?
Great show for all the people and the fans of UFC. That's it. It's the belt back.
Good luck to you, sir. Can't wait to see the fight. Anderson Silva, ladies and gentlemen. And the champion, Chris Weidman. Chris, obviously your last fight was the greatest victory of your career. Give us your thoughts on what tomorrow night means to you.
It means everything. This is the biggest fight of my life, and I'm excited to go out there and do my thing. This is my time. Anderson Silva has his time. This is my time, and I'll show it tomorrow.
The champion, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Weidman. And not only is the UFC middleweight title on the line tomorrow night, but so is a new 2014 Harley-Davidson Street Glide. Special motorcycle, winner takes all. We will see you all tomorrow night.
Unbelievable is the best word to describe what this man does.
It's gonna